At night, Rose is sleeping in bed with her husband when she suddenly wakes up feeling thirsty. She goes to the kitchen to get some water, but as she is about to leave, she notices Ian. Ian is her friend's son, now 21 years old, who often comes over to stay at their house at night. Seeing him, Rose can't seem to stop herself and walks into his room. As she starts to pick something up from near his bed, Ian wakes up and looks at her. Rose looks back at him, then, fearing her husband, she simply says good night and leaves. The next day, Rose's husband Harold is leaving for Sydney. Rose and their son Tom come to see him off. Before leaving, Harold tells Tom to take care of his mother while he's gone. Rose kisses her husband goodbye, and once he leaves, she feels alone. Soon, she starts thinking about Ian. She goes to the beach for a swim, and after swimming for a while, she approaches Ian, who is lying there alone and looking a bit sad. Seeing Rose lifts his mood slightly. Rose lies down nearby, and Ian looks at her, his gaze lingering for a moment. Rose also looks at him for a few seconds. As usual, in the evening, both families gather for dinner. Music is playing, and Leal and Tom start dancing together. Meanwhile, Rose is sitting with Ian, having a drink. They keep glancing at each other. After dinner ends, Leal gets ready to leave, kisses Rose goodnight, and goes home. Ian stays back that night because Tom has had too much to drink. Around midnight, Rose finishes her work and is heading to her room when Ian comes out of his. She asks if he needs anything. He says no, then suddenly kisses her. Rose doesn't resist and responds to him. Later that night, Tom wakes up and notices that Ian is not in the room. Confused, he goes to the kitchen for a drink and sees his mother quietly coming out of Ian's room, partially dressed. This deeply upsets him, and he goes to the beach where he spends the entire night. In the morning, Tom goes to Ian's house. Leal is making breakfast. Tom tells her he doesn't want to move to Sydney with his father because he needs to take care of his mother. Leal tries to comfort him, but Tom takes advantage of the moment and tries to kiss her. She pulls away and moves aside. Tom then tells Leal that the previous night he saw his mother coming out of Ian's room half-dressed. Hearing this shocks Leal. At first, she thinks Tom is joking, but his silence makes her realize he's telling the truth. After the conversation, Tom heads back home and runs into Ian, but walks past him without saying anything, hurt that Ian betrayed his friendship by having an affair with his mother. Meanwhile, Leal, disturbed by what she heard, goes to the office and sees Rose there but avoids speaking to her. Instead, she sits alone, lost in thought, unable to believe that Rose and her son could do something like this. Tom, still troubled, goes to Leal's house that night and tells her he's not feeling okay and asks if he can stay over. She agrees. Later, when Leal is asleep, Tom lies down beside her and begins to touch her gently while she remains silent. The next morning, when Leal wakes up, she finds Tom sleeping beside her. She turns over and ends up in Tom's arms. Later, when Tom returns home, his mom asks where he was all night. Tom replies that he was doing with Leal the same thing she did with Ian. Hearing this, Rose gets angry and slaps him. However, she soon realizes that what she did was wrong. Feeling guilty, she goes to the office and talks to Leal, admitting that both of them crossed a line and shouldn't continue this any further. After that, Leal tells her son Ian that she spoke with Rose, and Rose doesn't want to continue the relationship anymore. Ian is surprised and tells his mother that he has fallen in love with Rose and can't live without her. Hearing this shocks Leal, and she sits down on the bed. Meanwhile, Rose is also worried, thinking about how she ended up in a relationship with Ian. All four of them are troubled, each lost in their own thoughts. Later, Ian goes to meet Rose. She is in the kitchen and tells him to leave, but he doesn't move. He steps forward to kiss her, but this time Rose refuses. Upset, Ian leaves. Soon after, Rose feels that sending him away like that was a mistake. She goes to him and finds him standing in his room, looking out toward the sea. She tries to talk to him, but he again leans in to kiss her. This time, Rose doesn't stop him, and they both kiss each other. A few days later, Leal and Rose meet again, trying to move past their mistakes. Rose says she feels good, and Leal agrees, saying she hasn't felt this way in a long time. Leal suggests that maybe they don't need to stop, but Rose points out that eventually the boys will get bored and leave them since they are getting older. The two women relax at the beach, smiling, as their worries slowly begin to fade and they silently forgive each other. That same day, Tom's father, Holden, returns home. Tom goes to pick him up, and Holden asks where his mother is. Tom tells him she's at the beach. Later, Holden meets Rose and tells her he's only there for a few days. This makes Rose uneasy because she won't be able to meet Ian while Holden is around. She asks when he'll be leaving, and he says he'll go back after a few days. Rose pretends to want him to stay longer, but Holden has work in Sydney and plans to leave soon. Rose spends a few good days with Holden, but during this time, she doesn't meet Ian. Eventually, Holden returns to Sydney, leaving Rose alone again. She meets her friend Leal, and they start talking. At that moment, Leal notices Ian and Tom fighting with each other. Both women rush to stop them, and then start heading home together. Ian goes with Rose, while Tom goes with Leal. On the way, they run into Sam, who stops his car upon seeing them, but all four ignore him and walk away. After being persuaded by Rose and Leal, Ian and Tom sit together at home in silence. After a while, everyone gathers for lunch, but no one says anything. Ian keeps looking looking at Rose, while Tom's eyes are on Leal, both clearly wanting to continue their affairs. Suddenly, Ian stands up and tells Rose that he'll be waiting in her room. At the same time, Tom tells Leal the same thing. After the two boys leave, Rose and Leal look at each other and smile. Some time passes, and one day, Sam comes to their house. He has feelings for Leal, so Rose decides to leave, but Leal stops her. Sam has come to propose marriage to Leal, but since both Rose and Leal are content with their current lives, she turns him down. Sam feels hurt and leaves. After he's gone, Rose and Leal laugh. They never imagined that at this stage in life, someone would want to marry them. A little later, all four go to the beach to have fun. They enjoy themselves and have learned to face their problems together. Everyone seems happy. Tom is happy being with Ian's mother, and Ian is happy being with Tom's mother. Days pass like this. Ian starts working with his mom. After work, he often picks up Tom. One day, on the way, Tom tells Ian that his father has offered him a job opportunity in another direction. He wonders how Leal will feel about it. Ian tells him that Leal would never want him to miss an opportunity because of her. Tom accepts the offer and moves to Sydney. There, his father introduces him to a girl named Mary, and she starts working with him. One day, Tom calls home, and Leal answers. He tells her everything, including that he invited Mary over for dinner. Leal pretends to be happy, but hearing Mary's name hurts her. Tom says he'll return soon after finishing his work, and Leal stays quiet. That night, Tom spends time with Mary. They seem happy together, share a kiss, and spend a few hours together. Later, Tom meets his father and finds out that his father has remarried. This deeply upsets him. Back home, Rose continues spending her nights with Ian. One night, the three of them are having dinner, and Leal seems a bit sad, missing Tom. Rose and Ian take Leal to a bar to cheer her up. While they're there, Leal goes to the counter for a drink, and a man tries to impress her. She smiles slightly, but then Ian shows up, and the three of them leave for home. Leal feels sad, missing Tom. At home, Ian comforts her, saying Tom will return soon, and everything will be fine again. The next morning, Leal looks at herself in the mirror and feels like she's getting older. That's why Tom left her. Meanwhile, Tom finishes the project he was working on and decides to return. His father asks him to stay longer, but Tom refuses because he's upset that his father remarried. The next day, Leal is lying on a wooden pier at the beach, lost in thought about how long this relationship can continue. Suddenly, Tom emerges from the water. Seeing him, she becomes happy and they kiss each other. At dinner, everyone is sitting together. Tom has returned and is sharing his work experiences when he gets a call and steps aside to talk quietly. This makes Leal uneasy. Call is from Mary, who is reminiscing about the previous night. The next day, when Rose returns home from the office, she sees Harold waiting for her. He introduces her to Mary and tells her that Mary helped his son Tom a lot. That night, a party is held to celebrate Mary's arrival and Tom's birthday. Leal and Ian attend the party. There, Leal sees Tom dancing with another girl and feels hurt. Later, Tom introduces Mary to them. Ian goes off to dance with Mary, and Tom tells Leal that Mary is staying at a hotel and he'll drop her off and then come back to her. Although it hurts, Leal smiles. Tom goes to drop Mary off but doesn't return. He spends the night with her. Meanwhile, Leal waits for him all night and is completely broken by morning. Rose comes to see her, and Leal says that what she feared the most has finally happened. Seeing Leal like this makes Rose worry about her own future as well. After this, all four gather together. Tom's marriage to Mary has been arranged. Ian questions how Tom can get married, but Leal remains silent. At the same time, Rose tells Ian that they can no longer be together. She says she doesn't want to continue the relationship. Ian is heartbroken and leaves. Leal sits beside Tom. He apologizes, but Leal already knew that this day would come sooner or later. A few months later, Tom marries Mary, but no one is truly happy at the wedding. Not Rose, not Leal, and not Ian. That night, a party is held to celebrate the marriage. Ian is busy dancing with another girl when Rose notices him. It hurts her, and she realizes that Ian has turned out just like Tom. After a while, Ian comes over to Rose and asks about his mother. Rose tells him she has already gone home. Soon after, Ian leaves with another girl, and seeing this, Rose breaks down in tears. Around midnight, Ian knocks on Rose's door, but she is too hurt to respond and doesn't open it. Ian feels rejected and upset. Early the next morning, he goes swimming alone in the ocean, but something goes wrong, and he gets into an accident. Rose and Leal go to the hospital to see him. Rose tells Leal that she'll wait outside and only come in if Ian wants to see her. Leal informs Ian that Rose is there, but Ian refuses to meet her. Instead, he notices Hina standing at the door, the same girl he met at Tom's wedding. Hina helps Ian recover, and over time, they grow close to each other. A few days later, Ian and Tom meet at a bar, where they talk about their relationships with Hina and Mary. When Ian returns, he finds Hina waiting for him. He kisses her and asks what's wrong. Hina tells him that she's pregnant and hugs him. Years pass, and both Ian and Tom become fathers to daughters. They spend time together with their families at the beach. One day, Ian tells Rose that she should take off her glasses and not avoid looking at him. He removes her glasses and looks at her, but Rose puts them back on. That night, as dinner is being prepared, Leal refuses to eat, says says goodbye to everyone and leaves. A little later, Tom also leaves, saying he's going for a walk. He goes to meet Leal, and the two of them reunite. While they are lost in each other, Leal notices that Ian is also there. Ian quickly leaves and goes to Rose, asking to speak with her privately. They go into a room where Ian angrily confronts her, asking why she didn't keep an eye on Tom and his mother, accusing them of betraying everyone behind their backs. Ian is shouting loudly, and Hina and Mary hear the noise and come over. Ian tells Mary that he caught her husband with his mother. At that moment, Mary also realizes that Ian and Rose had a relationship. Shocked and hurt, she says she doesn't want to see any of them again and leaves. Hina also leaves in tears. Rose gets angry at Ian for revealing everything, but Ian doesn't care. He says he never truly loved Hina anyway, so this is better for him. The next day, Rose asks Leal why she was with Tom. Leal apologizes and admits that she and Tom had been in love since shortly after his marriage. She says she couldn't tell Rose because Rose had sacrificed Ian for her, but she truly loves Tom. Rose tells Leal that Ian believes everything is her fault, has always blamed her for it. Sometime later, Ian is seen swimming again. Afterward, he greets Leal, Rose, and Tom with a cheerful good morning, and the four of them sit together as if nothing ever happened. And with that, the story comes to an end.